Some people are extremely judgmental about height, and it sucks to be judged for something that's totally out of your control. But there are tricks you can steal from some of the world's most charismatic men to help you command more respect from the people around you, regardless of your height. This video isn't meant to be a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, think of it as a menu to choose from. Pick the advice that fits the charisma style you like most. First, let's look at a few different ways you can address your height, starting with Kevin Hart's strategy.
Did people make fun of you because of your height?
I did it before they did.
You did it before they did?
Self-deprecation. Anything that the person thinks that they can say, I disarm you of it by saying it myself.
That's your first option. Go there first with a joke. If you don't consider yourself very clever, here's a few quick jokes you can steal.
Yeah. That was a moment where she looked down into my eyes. I'm just small. Like, look, here's the bad part with me. Like, if I sit all the way back, look.
Especially in that last clip, it would have been easy for Kevin to stay quiet and simply feel insecure sitting next to Shaq. But instead, Kevin jokes about his height and takes the spotlight in a positive way. Tom Holland has a different approach. Talk about it like it's no big deal. For example, watch his response when asked about his Spider-Man being the first Spider-Man who's shorter than his girlfriend MJ.
I mean, you'd have to ask John Watts this question, but every girl that we tested for both roles was taller than me. And I wonder whether John, that was a decision that John had made. There was no one that tested that was shorter than I was. To be fair, I am quite short.
Conveying that you're comfortable with your height comes down to body language and tone. Contrast Tom Holland with this next clip where someone on a blind date show talks about their height.
Looks like he's anywhere from 5'7" to 5'10", maybe 5'10".
I'm not 5'7", I'm not 5'8". I'm like 5'9" and a quarter.
5'9" isn't even short, but by fidgeting, having downcast eyes, and trying to get credit for that extra quarter inch, you get the sense that he thinks his height isn't good enough. In terms of projecting confidence, you'd be much better off smiling, holding eye contact, and saying, yeah, 5'9", she nailed it. It's by discussing your height without shame that you seem the most confident. This won't magically make it a non-issue if someone is super prejudiced about height, but for most people, your confidence around the issue will have a big impact on how they perceive you. There is another option for how to address your height. Simply don't make it a part of the conversation. Our team watched a lot of Tom Cruise for this video and never saw him talk about his height. And a lot of talk show hosts and comedians have made fun of it over the years. So it's not like he doesn't know it's out there, he just ignores it. These are all fine approaches, but there is one benefit to doing things Kevin's way. When you tease yourself, it sets you up to tease other people without them taking it seriously. For example, watch how The Rock reacts in this next clip.
I'm gonna pick DJ 2. I'm gonna pick DJ 2 because I don't know what it's like to be stupid. I want to be stupid just for a day. I just want to be dumb. Idiot.
Now, it's worth noting that while Kevin and the Toms are often shorter than the people they're speaking with, they each have habits that give them a big presence that keeps people captivated. Kevin's trick isn't for everyone, but it's very effective for him. Simply be the loudest person in the room. Notice in this next clip how he commands the conversation despite multiple people trying to talk over him.
How come you didn't play in a celebrity game this year, man?
Well,
You're the perennial MVP.
What else do you want from me? I'm a four-time MVP. I'm in the Hall of Fame of celebrity games. It's over. It's over. I can't do it anymore. I achieved greatness. Shaq, you know what that feels like.
If the idea of being loud makes you uncomfortable, you can also create a big magnetic presence by using expansive hand gestures when you speak. For example, watch how Tom Holland uses his hands to capture attention and really own the space around him.
I mean, I remember seeing Avengers 1 with one of my best friends, Tom Hutton, in the cinema as a kid, so excited. And now I'm in it. You know, I'm walking around with Iron Man and Captain America, and I can now kind of call them peers and stuff. So it's still pretty surreal. So we're doing this scene. Harry's upside down, swinging back and forward. And bless him, he's doing a really good job. And as the day is going on, he's got these lines, and he's starting to forget his lines, and his eyes are like they're going to pop out of his head.
Did you notice how Tom's hands get so far from his body while he speaks? Most people do the opposite. They subconsciously try to take up as little space as possible. If that's you, it might get interpreted as a lack of confidence. You can also expand your presence by freely using neutral space. For example, notice how on The Tonight Show, Tom Cruise makes it a habit to touch Jimmy's desk.
An entrance right there, yeah. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, what do you think?
Nice digs you got here.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
I loved it so much. You get to see what it's like.
I had a great collection.
I dig that you get this. Are you vinyl too? You got
full on.
Yeah.
Can you just chill
going
out?
from the airplane?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was also cold in the airplane.
This isn't to say you should crowd other people out, but assume unused neutral space is available for you to use. You can also expand your presence with platonic touch. Often when someone reaches out for a handshake, Tom Cruise will take things one level further with an offhanded pat or a quick hug.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Cruise!
This increased level of platonic touch helps to build connection, and the person is likely to mirror you, which also means they're following your lead in the interaction. There is one more thing that Kevin Hart, Tom Cruise, and Tom Holland all have in common. Many people mistakenly think the only way to command respect is to be that low emotion, non-reactive James Bond type. But an even easier, more consistent way to command respect is simply by being positive. There's something magnetic about someone who smiles effusively and laughs easily. It feels uplifting to be around. And people want to be around people who make them feel good. One specific way you can do that: celebrate other people's success. Some people who try to command respect see the world as a competition. They mistakenly think that if someone else looks good, it makes you look bad. So they'll always try to reorient the conversation away from other people's successes to their own, not realizing this actually makes you look insecure. Instead, recognize that being able to genuinely praise others makes you look secure in yourself. This is a habit that Kevin, Tom, and Tom all have. They're comfortable passing the spotlight to others and making them look good. And ironically, that habit makes you look good too. Watch these next few clips and notice in yourself, even though they're talking about somebody else, how does it make you feel about them?
I'm being honest, you guys work so hard. You know, look at the training. We call him six-pack Peggles.
Yeah, no, he's the best, man. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal for me, he's been my hero since I was a little kid. I mean, his movies are amazing. It's hard to name a bad Jake Gyllenhaal film. And
I bow down to him. I called it. I don't give a about these numbers, anything I got. Dave, in my opinion, you're the GOAT.
Ultimately, this all comes down to a mindset about accepting yourself and focusing on what you can control. Being the best version of yourself instead of worrying about things that are outside of your control. Yes, some people are prejudiced and may judge you for your height, but that doesn't mean that you have to define yourself by your height. Height is one of many, many factors that contribute to how someone perceives you. Since you can't control it, the best thing you can do is focus on the things you can control. One of those factors that's way more in your control than most people think is your charisma. Unlike height, your charisma, your presence, your ability to command respect with your voice, or even just your body language, that's all in your control and something you can learn to master. If you want the quickest way that I know of to have more confidence and charisma, you may like our program, Charisma University. Rather than tell you about the program myself, here are a few things that past members have said. I had confidence in some areas, but not in others. Then Charisma University changed that for me. Since beginning the program, I have seen noticeable changes in my life. It has helped me unlock the confidence that comes with knowing that I can go into any social situation and crush it. Another member wrote in, I've always been bad at expressing myself in situations that weren't one-on-one. In conversations, I'd find myself hesitant to speak or I'd get caught in my own head overthinking things. After CU, I am now way more confident in saying what I think. I feel much happier all the time. I was even able to talk to a woman I've had a crush on for about a year and made a great first impression. Overall, I love this course and I keep going back to it when I need a refresher on the daily action modules. And lastly, one member writes, thank you so much for this program. After going through Charisma, I've made more friends, have higher self-esteem, and can more easily talk to people I don't know. I've solidified my values and I know who I am. The program is literally guaranteed to change your life. That means you can take the entire course, and if you don't think it's worth every penny, you can give yourself a full refund from right inside the program. If you want to see if Charisma University is right for you, click the link on screen now or in the description below. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it, and I hope to see you in the next one.